Hello everyone, this is Storytime with Akasha. I'm coming on here today because there's a message that I had to give out. And it's about the videos that's been being posted about the dogs, y'all. About, I know y'all been seeing it, about when they're putting their dogs to their face and they're saying, when your dog is black or was raised in a black family, okay? A lot of you are not understanding that when y'all are doing those things, it's just basically like raising your children as well. Because you have to realize that a lot of these animals are fur babies to people. Okay, that they're really like these people children. And I understand you're like, this is how you know when your dog is raised in a black family and this and that and this and that and that and this. But y'all fail to understand and realize that that's conditioned love. Okay, an animal, a dog especially, are very loyal animals, loving, kind. They are the most loyal animal out there, y'all. They truly are. So when you're sitting there posting up something like that, I mean, to each their own, but this is just a message that I had to give because it weighed heavy on me. Because for one, last night I was actually messing with the dog that my son, I don't know, he followed my son again. This is the second dog that's done this to my son. He followed my son home. And so anyway, the dog is here at my house. And this dog knows nothing but love. Okay? He licks, he cuddles, he gives you attention. That's unconditional love. Okay? And what I did last night was when he came up to me, he said, I don't say it, but he rode up on me and he was just touching me and trying to lick on me and everything. And I was like, stop. I'm like, get him. I talked to my baby girl to get him. And then I said, that's how you know that he wasn't raised in a black family like that. And then as I lay down and went to sleep, it hit me this morning instantly. Boom, get up, do a message. Because what I said was wrong, okay? Because if you think about it, a lot of us grew up in a home conditioned where we didn't show a lot of affection. And then that a lot of that is with black families, okay? We grow up, we don't show affection to each other. We don't show love. Some families don't even show loyalty to each other. You see what I'm saying? They'll be quick to be loyal to the people in the streets than to their own family. And then true enough too, lots of times people in the streets will actually love you and care for you more than those in your family. Hence why I just said we don't show a lot of affection towards one another. We truly don't. We don't show each other love. We don't show each other compassion. We're more jealous of each other than any other race seems like. Okay? And then sitting there saying that about a dog, that's the prime example of what's going on out here in this world. A dog, y'all, is just like a child. They are. When a child is born into this world, and what we're doing, we're giving that child love. Okay? We're raising this child. And we are the ones that are to condition them the right way, okay? But raising these children, we're conditioning them wrong, y'all. Because even in the beginning, some of us mistreat children. In the beginning, we did shit. A lot of these little babies been dying, okay, because of abuse and this and that or whatever. But if you think about it, a child is born into this world. They don't see color. They see love, unconditional love. So what do a child do when a child get of age, like 1, 2 years old, 3, starting to walk and carrying on and doing their things? What they do? They run up to you. They hug on your thigh, your legs. When you pick them up, they hug you. They give you the tightest hug. They kiss on you. Some of them, their kisses be so wet, y'all, but that's their love. That's true, unconditional love. And I know, and I get it that a lot of us don't want our animals, our dogs especially, because, I know dogs do a lot of things. They put a lot of things in their mouth here. Some dogs even eat their own shit. Okay, I get it. I understand. But at the end of the day, that's their love. That's them showing love to you, just like a child. Like I said, a wet kiss. A dog licks you. A dog lick on you. A dog lick on your face. They'll lick on your mouth. They'll do whatever they do because they're showing you love. They're showing you unconditional love. Okay, they are very loyal. Okay, for instance, I'm walking home one night, right, to my house. And my daughter cat walks beside me, the one that be outside. He walking beside me. And I'm like, what's up, Mello? You know what I'm saying? He walking with me, following me home or whatever like that, right? Then all of a sudden, my daughter come running out hard. Just to see what Mello was going to do. Mello took off, y'all. He took off from me so quick and ran behind the flower pot, the big flower pot outside. But now, mind you, if it would have been one of my dogs and my daughter come running out there doing what she did, that dog would have instantly went in fight mode. Okay, with a cat and a dog, it's fight or flight. Okay, but with the cat, it was like flight mode. He took off. With the dog, it's more of a fight mode. They're gonna turn around and instantly see what's going on. They're gonna protect you. They are instantly going to protect you because that's their thing. Especially when an animal loves you, they're going to protect you to their death. Okay, that's loyal. All right, and so when they show love to you, they show love to you in the way that they only can. Okay, and then hell, my dogs out here, they'll sit there. If I'm going out there to feed them, y'all, and a lot of them not even mine. They're my kids' animals. But anyway, they'll sit there and wrap their arms up, their legs around my leg and hold on to me. That's them giving me a hug. Okay, they show you love. That's what they do. So to tell them and like I said, I understand. But okay, for instance, they're sitting there kissing on you. They're sitting there trying to lick on you. They're sitting there doing this and they're doing that. Okay, well, that's just like a man and a woman. When you're about to have sex and when you're about to make love to your person, what happens? Doing that whole little scene or whatever y'all got going on, that man or that woman is licking all over you. That man or that woman is kissing all over you, doing this and doing that. But when you get through, what you do? You go wash up, right? You go wash your face. You go wash whatever parts you need to wash. You're going to take a whole nother shower, whatever you're going to do, right? Whoop-de-whoop, right? That's just like an animal. When that animal show you love, kissing on you, licking on you, or whatever, I mean, you ain't got to let them kiss me and lick you on the mouth. But if they don't do all that, what you do? Go wash your damn face. Go wash your arms, whatever part of the body that they touched, they licked on, whatever. Wash it off. It's fine. But don't stop them from showing you the love that they need to give. That's them showing you unconditional love. That's the only way that they can show it to you. They can't go out and buy you a gift. So they're happy to see you. They jumping up on you. They want to hug you. They want to touch you. They want to kiss on you. That's their way of, that's them kissing you, licking you. They're doing all of this. But like I said, especially to an animal that lives in your house, that's their way of showing you love. They're coming up under you. They're getting up under you. They want to just, that's their unconditional love towards you, period. But I had to come on here and say that because like the Most High said that's wrong. We're conditioning these animals now to be a certain way. It's all right to pop them, to let them know what's what, and right and wrong, and this and that or whatever. But for an animal to show you unconditional love, that's just like I said, a child. And this is another reason how I know, that it was meant for me to break generational curses, because growing up in my household, it's a lot of us, all right. But growing up in a household, we never received all that, y'all. Our parents didn't tell us they loved us. Not like that. No, they didn't. The only time they would tell us that they loved us is whenever we was probably leaving out of the state. We was going somewhere. Okay, I love you. You be safe. Call me when you make it. But when we home, it ain't no I love you every night. I love you. Okay, just like the Waltons, like when they go to bed. Good night, John boy. Good night, such and such. Good night, such and such. You know what I'm saying? We didn't do that growing up. It ain't no good night. Good night. I love you. This, that. We didn't do that to one another. Okay? We did not, y'all. 18 when I said that. We didn't do that with each other. So with my children, I tell them good night every night. Or at least I try to. And the ones that are away, and whenever I do talk to them or whatever, because I know they out here, they grown, they doing their thing. I get it, I understand. They out there doing their thing. They living their life. And I want them to. You know what I'm saying? I want them to live their life. I don't want my children to live through me, or I don't want to, parents will try to live through their children. That's not me. I'm not that type of parent. You're going to go out there, you're going to do your thing, you're going to live your life. I want you to live your best life. I want you to be happy. Okay? Whatever comes. All right? If it's some things that you have to go through, trials and tribulation, you got to learn from them. Those are things that you got to go through to get to where you need to be. I understand all that because I'm going through it myself. Okay? And I've been through it. All right? But at the end of the day, I don't try to hinder my children. I never have. I never will. All right. So my thing is, whenever I do speak to them or whatever, I tell them I love them. I love you. I'll talk to you later, or whenever I see you, blah, 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 whatever. When they're here with me, when I'm getting ready to go to bed, good night. I love you. Good night. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Okay. So but when I was younger though, y'all, growing up with my parents, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no kissing going on. It wasn't no kissing on your cheek. It wasn't no I love you. It wasn't no good night. It wasn't none of those things. All right. So, when I end up leaving to go to out of town or whatever, right? My father dropped me off, and I was young. I was like 15, and I was actually pregnant with my oldest son. And I'm getting ready to leave to go on like a church convention or whatever, right? And my daddy dropped me off, and I told him, I said, all right, Dad, there go the bus. I'll see you later. I love you. And I reached down and I kissed my daddy on his cheek. I said, mwah, I love you. I'll see you later. My dad eyes got so big, and he like, it to me, I looked at my glanced at it when I did it, and I took off running. And he just looked at me like, she kissed me. She kissed me on my cheek, and she told me she loved me. And I never asked my dad. He's gone now, but I never asked him though what went through his mind when I did that. You know what I'm saying? But that was me showing my love towards my dad. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless of what we went through, 13 years old, my daddy choked me. My dad choked me because he called me, he was talking down on me, calling me a B. My dad used to call me a hoe, all type of things when I was 13, y'all. And at that time, mind you, I'm a virgin still. But my dad used to say all terrible things because he was so used to doing that to my mother. And when he said that to me at 13, he called me a B, y'all. First time I was called a B by my dad. The first man I ever loved. Okay? And he called me a B, y'all. And I snapped back. Because I never liked that word. Because growing up, I would always hear him call my mom that. So I never liked that word. That word to me would just do something to me and make my skin crawl. So when he said it to me, I snapped back, y'all. I did. I snapped back. At 13, I snapped back at my dad because I didn't like the disrespect. You disrespected me like that. Why? So he came in and he ended up choking me at 13 years old, y'all. And so I felt bad, the rest of the day. I'm like, well, I shouldn't have talked back to him. I shouldn't have said what I said, But at the end of the day, no. He didn't have no business disrespecting me like that. I'm his child. I was a kid. You don't have no business talking to me like that. Okay, so anyway. Okay, just like, for instance, birthdays. I never received a birthday party. Never. I've never had a birthday party. They never got me cake. The only cake I remember receiving, y'all, was when I was 5 years old. And I remember just a picture. Not 5. I'm sorry. My apologies. Not 5. 1. It was a picture that I saw. It was a picture that I saw when I was 1 year old. When I turned 1, they had gave me my first cake because it was my mess cake or whatever. After that, I've never received anything. I never received a cake. Never happy birthday, parties, none of that. Of course they would say happy birthday to me or whatever, but it was never a birthday party. It was never a birthday cake, nothing like that, y'all. I kid you not. I didn't receive anything like that from them. Nothing. All right, so I'm as I got older, I'm like, we don't ever do cakes for nobody in the family. You know what I'm saying? So I broke that cycle. I started going out whenever, because I know all my siblings' birthdays. I know my mom and my dad's birthday. You know what I'm saying? Of course, my children. So, with my kids though, I've always do something for them. My boys, my oldest son, his birthday. Both of my boys are in birthdays in December. So, one birthday is on anyway, they're like a week apart of their birthdays or whatever, right? So, but they're 4 years apart. But their birthday is, take it back, 2 weeks apart. So in that middle week, like for their birthday, I would give them a birthday present on their birthday, right? I would tell them happy birthday or whatever. But this is when they was younger. And then my oldest son, when his birthday come up, because his birthday was 2 weeks after my baby boy's birthday, and I would give him his gift. But in between that week, in between their birthdays, y'all, I would throw them a birthday party. They love pizza, so we would do a birthday party at Pizza Hut. I will get them a big cake, and I would have both of their names on it. Invite their little friends over, or whatever, to the little party dinner. And I would throw them a little, party, a little get together or whatever at Pizza Hut for them. And then as they started getting older and older or whatever, I would do them something on their birthday. Like get them their own little cake or however, I know, whatever sports they liked or whatever sports team, I would do their cake in that or whatever, the case may be. But this is what I started doing. And then with my daughters, I would do the same thing for them. You know what I'm saying? I did these things for my children because I wanted them to grow up different. I wanted them to see things different. I want them when they have their kids to raise their kids different. I want them to show their children love, unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? This is the things that I had to start doing for my children to break that cycle. Because like I said, I wasn't receiving that. We did not get that. Where I didn't receive a birthday party, my brother did. The one that's close to my age, he did. He received a little birthday party, you know what I'm saying? I never did. I did not. Okay. Again, like I said, growing up and learning things and going through my spiritual awakening and everything, I already know that a lot of that was because I had to go through these things. These are things that they put into me to condition me to hurt me in some type of way. Be emotionally distance from people who just feel bad. There's a lot of things that I had to overcome or whatever because of what I was raised, how I was raised and grew up in. Because like I said, I was the black sheep. And I was very mistreated. I really was. But anyway, these are things that I had to overcome, and I did. But anyway, so with that being said, I started buying cakes for everybody. Well, around their birthday, I started doing get-togethers for everybody because I'm like, you know what? They ain't doing it. I'm gonna do it. So I started for my brother's birthday. I would buy him a cake. My daddy, I would buy him a cake, and we would all get together. Let everybody know we all get together. We go over there, and we sing happy birthday to him. You know what I'm saying? I order the cake, and we'll get the ice cream, and we'll get the food. I'll fix their favorite dinner, their favorite dishes. These are the things that I started doing for everybody. I would get their favorite dishes. I would cook their favorite dishes for them. I would buy their cake. Like my daddy, he loved the strawberry shortcake, so I would go and get a big old sheet cake for everybody to get. My brother, he loves strawberry shortcake. One of my brothers, well, he wasn't really around or whatever for me to do him, but I know that he loved carrot cakes or whatever. But whenever he was around, that's what I would try to do for him. I might even made it home. I might even made it for him or whatever. But my mom, she loved like buttercream cake. I think butter with like buttercream icing and but anyway, these are the things that I would do for them, y'all. I would order these cakes and stuff for them, and then for around their birthday, when I first started doing it, y'all, it was just a surprise. That 16, y'all. What I said that, it was just like a surprise to them. Like, what the world? What Michelle doing? You know what I'm saying? What the hell she got going on? This is for you. Happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? I might have not had a lot of, I was always working. I was always paying my bills and this and that or whatever. But everything went to my bills and everything went to my children. I really stopped buying things a lot for myself. And then whenever I did, it was when I did buy things for myself, it was when taxes came around and I would buy things for myself or whatever. But I always did for them, my children, and made sure that we had a roof over our head. But gifts, I might have didn't have enough to buy something expensive for them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's the thought that count, and that's letting them know I love you. Here, this is for you. Happy birthday. And like I said, I would get the cake for them. I would do their favorite dishes. This is me expressing my love to them. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? This is your day. Enjoy your day. You know what I'm saying? This is okay. So like I said, this is what I would do to them, showing them unconditional love. And then as I started doing this to them, what happened? Chain reaction. They started doing the same thing. You see what I'm saying? That right there is a generational curse. Being broke. So I'm seeing what I'm saying? And then also with the speaking towards our children. Okay, our parents I don't know if they was afraid or if they just felt like they didn't need to express that because of their how they was raised again, because it stems from when you grow up and you being mistreated so much from your parents, not only from your siblings but also your parents. You realize that it stems from someone, okay, and it stems from their parents and their parents before them, okay. You see what I'm saying? So we have to break those cycles. And so talking to my children, okay, my oldest son got a lot of the unhealed version of me along with my children, because in every stage of life you go through things that you have to heal from. So I had a lot of unhealed version of myself when I had my oldest son. I did, because I had my oldest son is 15, y'all. That was a child raising a child. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why in the mix of it, he got a lot of my parents helping raise him as well. And but it's a lot of anger in my son because of me. I know it is because of me and because of what he saw too from my parents. You understand what I'm saying? And so I wrote my son a letter. I wrote my oldest son, I wrote him a letter, a long ass letter. Because when I write. And that's just like my text too. It'd be long as fuck. But anyway, these are expressions. It's okay no matter how you express yourself, through words, through letters, through text message. It doesn't matter. As long as you can get that off of your heart to say what needs to be said to a person, then that's what you do. You do what needs to be done. And in 1904, y'all, what needs to be expressed. And that's my way of expressing it to him. 1909. I had to get this off of me, y'all. I had to say what I needed to say to him. And I wrote the letter and I apologized to my son. I apologized to him for all of the things that I said, for all of the things that I have ever done. Because let me say something, y'all. Another thing. Growing up in the household, I was called stupid. I was called dumb. You'll never amount to anything. You're just this, you're just that. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that I grew up going through. Hearing. For real. And I had to heal from all those things. And so growing up, I know that I didn't like the word stupid. I didn't like the word dumb. I didn't like, they wouldn't say you're acting. They would say you are. So hearing that, you're going to put this in your mind like, damn, I'm dumb. Maybe I am dumb. Maybe I am stupid. Maybe I am this. Maybe I am that. No, I'm none of that. You understand what I'm saying? So raising my child would say I wouldn't say, like, you're just stupid, you're acting stupid. No, I'd be like, no, you're stupid. I wouldn't say that to him. I'd be like, stop acting stupid. Stop acting dumb. Stop this. You know better than this. You know this and that and this. Okay, I apologize to him for all of those things that I said. I had slapped him before. These are the things that I done. I'm not even gonna lie. I know one time I popped my baby boy in the mouth because he got smart. I was like, what? I popped him so quick, I bust his lip. And what happened after that? I stopped popping my children in their mouth. I did. Because like I said, a reaction, it causes things, okay, within yourself. And me seeing that, I apologized. And I never popped him in his mouth ever again. Matter of fact, I stopped popping my kids in their face, period. Me and my oldest son got to fighting before. He was 14. And because I saw hickeys on his neck. And I saw hickeys on his neck, y'all, and I snapped out. I did. I snapped out, and I'm like, what are you doing? So that means you're sneaking around. You're out here having sex. You're doing this. Instead of me saying, protect yourself. Here, let me go get you some condoms. Instead of me doing all of this, y'all, I did not. I snapped out because I got pregnant with him at 14. I had him at 15. And it was fear came inside of me. Fear. And instead of me saying, I don't want you to go down the same path as I did. Here's some condoms. Protect yourself. You don't need kids early. You know what I'm saying? I want you to get up. I want you to become an adult. I want you to live your life. I want you to get married before you start having children. You know what I'm saying? Or make sure that you find that right, appropriate person for you before you start having kids or whatever. Do right. I didn't do that. I snapped out. Why? Because that's what I was conditioned in. When I told my parents I was pregnant, my dad and them snapped out. My brothers and them snapped out. My brothers and them was ready to go hurt my oldest son father. You know what I'm saying? And so I snapped. What? Oh my God, you got hickeys on your neck. Blah, blah. I started slapping him. I did, y'all. I slapped him, and then that's when my son broke. We started tussling in the house. And when I had him down, y'all, I almost about to treat him like somebody in the street. I had to catch myself. And I did. I caught myself, and I stopped myself from doing it. I really did. And I got up. I backed off him. You know what I'm saying? And that hurt me. That broke me down. And I even said something to him that I should not have said. When he said something to me, and I said something back to him, and I said, because of the heated moment, I said, you lost your mother. You done lost your mother. That's what I said to him. And so ever since then, our relationship has never been the same. Because my son was like, it's like we were so close. Every time you saw him, you saw me. We were just really close. We was. And that left at that moment. It did. So I had to write him a letter. I wrote him a letter. I apologized to him. I apologized to him in his face. I wrote him a letter. And it came a point to where I can't keep apologizing to him for what I've done. I've changed. I'm no longer the person that I once was. I'm not like that anymore. When you, like I said, you go through cycles, you heal from things, and you hold resentment towards your parents, and it goes from one generation down. But we have to break those generational curses, y'all, and that's what I'm doing. I'm apologizing for the things that I have done and put on him in his heart. But now it's up to him to be able to forgive me for the pain that I caused him. You see what I'm saying? We talk and we do whatever, but I feel like it's still a lot in him of resentment towards me. But I can't make him forgive me. He has to be willing to forgive me on his own terms. You see what I'm saying? I've said what I needed to say to him. I've said it, and I meant it from the bottom of my heart. And I have spoken things to my other children as well. Apologize to them for the things that I have done and things that I have said to them, to all of them. And a lot of them said that they forgive me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We've moved on past it or whatever, because you got to move past the past. You do. But it's up to them, though. If they really haven't forgiven me for the things that I have done and did and said, then that's something that they have to work on within themselves. But I did my part. I did my part. I caused certain things. I own up to that shit. I have owned up to that shit. I've said what I needed to say. I apologized to them. I have made amends with a lot of people that I felt like I needed to make amends with. You know what I'm saying? I did. I had to. 2444 when I said that, y'all. But it was meant for me to come on here and say some things like this, you all, because a lot of us are going through these things. A lot of us are not actually taking ownership to the shit that we have done. Okay, we have to take accountability for the things that we have done to our children, to our parents, to our loved ones, to the love of our lives, to just people, whomever, friends. You know what I'm saying? Take accountability for the things that you have done in messed up situations. You have to take accountability for them. Nobody can they people out here in this world cannot heal for you. You have to heal for yourself. You know what I'm saying? They can't heal for you and then you be better. No. You have to see things for what it is, take accountability for it, and then heal past all of those misunderstandings, abuse, whatever the case may be. You have to take accountability. You have to hold yourself up in whatever wrong and whatever things you're out here doing. For instance, it's people out here slandering my name. It's okay. Why? Because I know who I am. Okay, I know what I did. I know what I have done in this world, and I know what I didn't do. So you can be out here slandering my name all because you're mad at me, because I don't want you anymore, because I walked away from you, because I know my strength, I know my worth. So you want to sit here and you want to lie on me and say certain things that I did when I know I did not, or trying to say that I'm not worth this, I'm not worth that. I know I am. And then, to be honest, for you to be all up in my business and for you to be sitting there trying to do certain things to slander my name, to hurt me in a way that you're trying to hurt me, that means you feel some type of way towards me. If for instance, if someone hurt me in the type of in a certain, because I mean I have been hurt a lot, but if someone hurt me so bad out here in this world to where it's on some get back, no, I ain't even trying to be on no get back. I never have been no type of person that just tries to be vindictive. Never. And if I did, it was because I was hurting. So I would try. This is when I was younger. Excuse me, spiritual birth. But it was more of if a guy cheated on me, I'll get out there and I'll try to maybe make them feel some type of way or whatever. Something like that. But other than that, though, I'm older. I'm not doing any of those things for what? Matter of fact, I'm chilling. I'm not even having sex with anybody right now. Okay, so I had a particular friend that I was dealing with, but hey, that's not happening anymore. So, but anyway, at the end of the day, though, y'all, when someone's out there trying to do certain things because they feel a certain type of way, you don't bruise their ego to the point to where they want to hurt you in whichever way they can, take you out, slander your name, put people up against you to try to fight you, try to jump you, try to do whatever they possibly can to hurt you because their ego is bruised because of how you treated them, because you didn't even treat them bad. You treated them good. You gave them the love that they never received. But then they're out here slandering your name because you done walked away from them. And they can't stand that. Or because of, if it's a female, because of a female is jealous of how you look or how you carry yourself, and that people be wanting them and not them. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of different things and a lot of different scenarios when it comes to people in their pain. Some people are they're your light your light disturb their demons within, but all you have to do is fix that. You are the one. You have that power inside of you. You hold the power to change your ways. If you'd rather continue down that path of being evil and to try to hurt people, then instead of changing, that's your problem. Okay, that's your problem. That's something that you have to work on. All right. That's just like I was about to say. Because it's just hitting me to say these things, y'all. With my brother, when he got older and he was out there in the streets doing his thing or whatever and throwing parties or whatever. Like I said, I never had a birthday party. I never have. My children, like I said, they started doing things for me, like as far as the cake. I go up there, they might do a little meal for me, because like I said, when you start doing things for people, they start doing the things to you as well. Okay, it's just up to you to start making moves, and when you make those moves, things change. But before I started making those moves, my brother would throw parties for himself, right, at clubs or whatever. And then where would I be? I would be there. I wouldn't be enjoying myself, but I would be there. He would ask me to collect the money for him. For his, I guess he trusted me with his papers. So I'll be out there. I'll be collecting the money, as they coming through the door or whatever. And then at other parties, I still wouldn't be really enjoying myself. I would be there for him. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was always sacrificing myself for my family. So he would want me. If I wasn't collecting the money, y'all, I would be over there making I'll be over there as the bartender. You know what I'm saying? Mixing the drinks. You know what I'm saying? Giving it to the passing them out. They want the drinks was free, but I would be the one over there mixing them up for them and handing them to them. You know what I'm saying? What you want? What's your flavor? You know what I'm saying? We got white, we got dark. You know what you want? Whatever. Whoop de whoop. Okay. This is what I was doing. I was being the mixer. You know what I'm saying? I was the bartender and shit or whatever. And I even had my dude like my he's dead and gone now. My oldest daughter father. May he rest in peace or whatever. But he even came up to me one time and was like, "Baby, was like, come on, dance with me." And I'm like, "No, you know, I'm doing the drinks or whatever. You go ahead, enjoy yourself. You go ahead and dance with somebody." Because I've never been a jealous person like that, y'all. Never. So I would look over at him, and I got the enjoyment of watching him enjoy himself because he loved to dance. He really truly loved to dance. Lamar was like, he's just like the life of the party. He would get out there, he would dance, he would make other people get out there and dance. You know what I'm saying? So I would look up and watch him dance, and I would just laugh. You know what I'm saying? Because he's out there having his fun. It wasn't on no disrespect type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like when him out there dancing with a female, he went up on them on the females grinding on their butt or nothing like that. He respected me in that aspect. You know, of it being in each other's face or whatever. But and he was the first guy that I ever like. I mean, I went out on a date with my oldest son and my baby boy father. You know what I'm saying? But like, it was different with my oldest daughter father. You know, I really fell in love with this man, and he took me out to places. We did things together all the time, and he really took my kids in and helped me with my children. He really did. You know, when I got with him, I had my boys already. And I remember one time my oldest son, he was like, when I came outside to get in the car, he was like, "Mama, he hit me. He hit me." So, of course, me back in the day, like I said, snap mode real quick. I snapped on his ass. "What the fuck you doing hitting my son, man?" You know what I'm saying? I had to break myself out of that as well. Because if you're going to see yourself with a guy that you are potentially wanting to spend the rest of your life with or whatever the case may be, and this person is willing to help you with your children, especially if they're not their kids or whatever, sometimes that child might need to be popped. You know what I'm saying? And in say my case, he did. I think he was messing with his radio, and he popped his hand like, don't touch my radio, don't stop. You know what I'm saying? And I understand, but at the end of the day, though, I had to have somebody had to talk to me about that, and she did. The female that my brother was dating at the time, she was like, you know, "Chad, you know, you are, you know, dating him, and you know, you got your boys, you got to understand, you know, this and that." She really talked to me, y'all. She put some shit in my head, and I'm like, "You're right." I walked up to him, I walked up to Mark, and I apologized to him for acting the way that I acted, for treating him the way that I treated him, and whatever, whoop de whoop. And I apologize. You know, like I said, I'm the type of person where wrong is wrong and right is right. If I know I did something wrong, I take account for that shit. I go and I apologize. I say what I gotta do. I suck that shit up and I go do what I gotta do. It ain't about being in your fucking ego, y'all. It ain't about being so fucking prideful either. When you know a situation that has to be spoken about and has to be said and has to be done, go do that shit. Do what needs to be done, y'all. For real. Don't sit inside and ponder, should I not? No, fuck that shit, man. I ain't about to do that. No. If you need to go and you need to go and apologize to somebody, go do that. Clear your heart, clear your mind. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit off of you. Whatever needs to be done, do it. Don't sit there inside of yourself and eating and allowing yourself to eat away at yourself because of what you know is wrong, and you know you need to correct it. You know you need to fix it. Go do it. Apologize. Say whatever needs to be said. But then, like I said with Lamar, you know, I was never a jealous person, y'all. I had a guy that my in between, like when I walked away from my oldest son father, and I started dating another guy, but this is like a while later because I just wanted to be by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I had been with, you know, my oldest son father for a long time, and even though I was young, but I was still with him for a minute, and I'm like, no, I just want to be by myself. So this dude came up, you know, he was going to the alternative school, y'all. He was bad, but he was writing me some poems, y'all. Oh my God, y'all, it was a beautiful. It was the most. Oh my God, poems. When I tell you this dude could write, oh my God, I fell in love with them poems. I was like, damn, okay. So I decided to give him a chance. But anyway, so giving him a chance, he was like, he would buy me gifts all the time, y'all. He would just buy me things all the time. And I was at work one time, and his friend, his cousin or whatever, came in with a gift, like, "Here you go, this, you know." And I'm like, "Okay, thank you." He used to buy me rings. He used to buy all types of stuff, y'all. But anyway, I'm like, what the fuck, yo? So I was always working. Like I said, my first job was Wendy's, y'all. But before Wendy's, I was always babysitting. And I know if y'all listen to my other videos, y'all already know this or whatever. So I'm not gonna go back and say that. But anyway, so he was like, "Look, this female that I used to talk to or whatever want me to take her to her prom." I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, "What the fuck?" I wouldn't have said yeah, this and that. But I'm like, okay, well, it's her prom. You know what I'm saying? She's a senior. It's her last year. She wants you to take her to her prom. Like I said, I was a very understanding person, y'all. And I was never jealous hearted. You know what I'm saying? I was never a jealous person. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You know right from wrong. I'm gonna be at work anyway. So you go ahead, take her to the prom, drop her off, go back home, whatever, whoop de whoop. Okay, so anyway, in the mix of it all, he felt some type of way, but he didn't tell me this. He didn't speak this shit to me, y'all. And if he would have spoke this shit to me, it would have never went the way that it went. But anyway, he felt, because I asked, his cousin came up to me and was telling me some things or whatever. And I asked his cousin, like, why did he do this? You know what I'm saying? His cousin was like, because he felt 34-54. He felt like you didn't want him and you didn't love him anymore when you told him that it was okay for him to take his ex to the prom. And I'm like, I didn't feel any type of way about it. I wasn't threatened. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't threatened by her. I didn't feel no type of way. He knew right from wrong, so I told him it was okay to take her to the prom because that's her last year, y'all. That's what I'm saying. I sympathize with people, y'all. I do. I sympathize and empathize. I just do. Okay? And I'm like, shit, it's her senior year. Why not enjoy your senior fucking year? You asking this dude to take you to the prom. It's not like he asked you. You asked him. And he asked me. I said, okay, that's fine. You know right from wrong. Take her. Drop her off home when it's over. Go back home. And I'll see you when I see you. I was like I said, I was working. I was about my money. You know what I mean? So it didn't bother me, y'all. But I loved him. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't bother me. I just wasn't a jealous person. So, but that kind of made me start losing my trust, y'all, with people. Because I trusted him. You see what I'm saying? And he broke my trust because after he said that I made him feel like I didn't love him enough. And he started cheating on me. He started cheating on me with her. And he got her pregnant, y'all. He got a baby behind my back and everything, y'all. He really did. So at that point, that's when my trust kind of started leaving or whatever. But when I got with my oldest daughter, my father, Lamar, or whatever, my trust started coming back, y'all. But then it broke again because with him doing out there, he started being in the street, started doing things, selling stuff or whatever. And I lost my trust with him because we decided we was trying to have a baby. And I got pregnant with my oldest daughter. And and in the midst of it all, while I was pregnant, y'all, he ended up getting on house arrest. So being on house arrest, you all, and then we just got a place together and everything up there in Smith County. And and things just went crazy. It went left. He ended up on house arrest, and he couldn't come to the house yet because we hadn't had a phone set up. So his mother, he couldn't go stay with his mom because she was like on Section 8, so he couldn't stay there with her. So a mother friend of hers, what was her name? Tasha? Something in Newton. Forgot the chick name. But anyway, yeah, so this chick was like, he can come stay with me or whatever until, you get the phone. I'm already side-eyeing her. Like, really? Like, really, chick? So I'm side-eyeing her because I'm like, something is off with her. You see what I'm saying? All right, so he was like, is that going to be okay with you, baby? Is that going to be all right? Whatever. I'm like, you know what? That's fine because I'm going to go ahead and get this phone on real quick and, whatever we'll do, we get everything transferred over to, over there. Okay. And then when the process of that, all of a sudden he started changing the shit, right? It was because of her. He started changing and everything. And I'm like, what the devil? I already sense it. I'm pregnant at this point. I'm pregnant with my oldest daughter. And I'm trying not to stress out, y'all. I was trying not to get aggravated, but I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. The whole time I was pregnant with her, I'm busy. The whole time I was on the phone with her. The whole time I was pregnant with her. It was just like a lot of complication and stuff that was going on because it was a lot of abuse started happening because he was so angry because of the things that was going on over there in Newton with that female. He was coming over there to the place in Smith County and taking it out on me. I was working at Taco Bell at the time, and and I had the car, the note, the place that we was renting, the note was like $300 a month. The car that I had was $300 a month. And then, so I'm like, you know what, is this me here by myself? Because he would help, but he wasn't helping like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he was, I guess a lot of it was going over there to that person. And, so it's like he put me on the back burner and he would come over there every morning. Like whenever he would get, because he could leave out at a certain time on house arrest and then he would have to be back by midnight or whatever, y'all. And when he would get out of there out of that person's house, he would come straight over there to me in Smith County and he would cook me breakfast because I couldn't even stand the smell of meat, y'all, at the time when I was pregnant with my daughter. I couldn't stand the smell of nothing, y'all. With my boys versus my girls' pregnancy was so totally different, y'all. With my boys, I could eat anything. I was good. With my girls, I was sick as a damn dog. I couldn't stand the smell of fresh meat. I couldn't stand the smell of certain things cooking. It was just a hot mess. So, but with him, y'all, he was coming over, he was abusing me. He was. He was coming over there, he was pulling guns on me, putting it to my head, y'all. There's just a lot of things that was going on. This man was just doing a lot of things to me. And then when I got bigger in my pregnancy, I started going to labor early. They would have to give me a shot to stop my contractions, y'all. I went through a lot. Even before then, like when I was like maybe 5 months pregnant, y'all, we was arguing over the phone, and I forgot what we was arguing about, but I went into he as soon as he came into the house, my trailer, he was already pissed because he thought I said something that I did not say. So I'm reaching into my pantry, getting out a big ass pickle jar. And when I did, y'all, he hit me so freaking hard, y'all. I hit the floor. And when I hit the floor, the pickle jar landed right beside me, right beside my stomach, went into the floor. And it left when I got up from being dazed because he snatched me up and he threw me onto the couch. And at that point, he went over to the kitchen and he had that gun that had that laser beam on it. And he pointed it dead at my head. I'll never forget it. That laser beam was just going from one eye to the other, y'all. And I'm just like, Lord. I just praying and I just saying to myself, if it's my time, then it's my time. It is what it is, And he just yelling. He was just so angry, y'all. He just left. So anyway, after it was all over and done, after I had my oldest daughter, and he had a year to be on house arrest. So when he was finally over house arrest, y'all, I kept my word because I told him that I would be with him until he was off of house arrest, and I kept my word. And when he was off of house arrest, he came to the house and he was like, I'm home. And I'm like, okay, good. So I felt like we was going to work it out. We was going to do whatever, right? And when midnight hit, he left out and went back over there again. So that let me know, like, okay, you know what? You haven't changed. You're still doing whatever you're doing with this person, and I'm done. I've had enough. I kept my word, and that's just it. My word is my bond. When I say that when I make a promise to someone or when I say certain things to people, I keep my fucking word and I stand firm on that shit. But then when you break trust, I can't deal no more. But like I said, I had put up with a lot with him. Abuse, guns being put to my head, him coming up in there, running up in there, smashing my head up against mirrors, walls, all type of things. It was just and I knew it was out of anger because of what he was going through. Like, he just couldn't get. So anyway, at the end, he told me, I'm like, why would you treat me like that? And he told me, he was like, because this chick was threatening me. She told me if I leave her or if I walk away, if I go over there to our trailer or whatever, that she was gonna call the cops on him and tell the cops that he had drugs in her house. And I'm like, I wish you'd have said this shit to me before, because ain't no way she was gonna fucking tell the cops this shit, because the cops would have had to do, they would probably put her ass in jail or whatever, took her kids from her, whatever the case may be, because you can't hold nothing like that over nobody's head. You can't threaten nobody like that, because at the end of the day, you're allowing this shit to be in your house, so they're gonna hold her accountable too. What the fuck? So anyway, but this is what happened, y'all. But anyway, I kind of broke my trust with that as well. But yeah, the girl name started with a fucking T. Been fucking Newton. First name T, last name B. I can't remember what the fuck it was. But anyway, it doesn't even matter because that's the past too, y'all. But yeah, all this right here was just lies, you know what I'm saying? It was the point of her getting him over there was to keep him, was to try to hold on to him or whatever. But after it was all said and done, after he got off of house arrest, I don't know what really went down between them after that, because like I changed. I changed my locks in my trailer where he couldn't get in my trailer no more, all that, y'all. When I made up my mind, I changed the locks to my trailer, and I took all his clothes and stuff that was there. I took it all down to his aunt house because his aunt stayed down the road from my parents, and I'm in Lake. So I took all that stuff over there and I left it alone. I was like, I'm done. And that was it. I just told him, you can come get your child. You know what I'm saying? I would never keep his daughter from him. I never would. But at the end of the day, because, when the child is in your womb, they can hear certain things, especially when they get up, when they get bigger and you're inside of you. So my baby could sense him. So one time he came over there and she was about a month old, and I'm laying her on the bed. I'm trying to get her together, get her clothes on and everything. He just yelled, and when he yelled, it started her. She jumped so hard, y'all, and she just went to crying and screaming, y'all. Month old. That's why I say she knew his voice. So when she was a year old, y'all, and he came to get her one day, she was standing by the door, and he came in the house, and I said, come in. He came in. She was standing by the door just looking, and he went to reaching for her. Come here. Calling her name and everything. She just looking at him, and she started backpedaling, y'all. She started backpedaling, coming towards me. She was just looking up at him and walking, like trying to run backwards from him. And I'm like, I'm holding her. I'm like, it's okay, baby, it's okay. And she went to screaming. She didn't want to leave with him. She didn't want to. That's the only time I did not allow her to go with him. Was because I'm like, no, she's not wanting to be with you right now. She's no, I'm not even about to let her go with you because she's not about to be sick. And it's not even about to happen like that, no. So that's the only time I kept her from him. But other than that, though, he would always come and get her whenever he wanted to come and get her. But it was just a lot going on with that. Like I said, man, he rest in peace because he's gone. She no longer has her dad. She lost him when she was 4 years old. But, you know, like I said, I don't know what a lot of you are here going through, but this right here was just put on my heart to say a lot of these things, because we go through a lot of things that we end up being conditioned in growing up, and that we really need to get over those things now, and we need to make amends with those that we need to make amends with. A lot of us sit inside of ourselves and not be able to speak certain things that we need to speak to when it comes down to our parents, you know, because at the end of the day, like I said, a lot of parents try to live through their children and they cannot. If you didn't make it to where you wanted to make it to when you was the age that you could, you know, do it, make those moves, and so then a lot of them try to hinder their children by trying to make the child do what they want them to do. It doesn't work like that. You have your life to live, okay? And you need to live your life. 45, 15, when I said that, y'all, you all need to live your life. You don't need to sit there and try to live a life for them. And you need to speak on how you feel. Don't allow anyone to belittle you or to make you feel like you are nothing out here in this world, because you are. Don't allow people to get away with mistreating you and disrespecting you and abusing you in any type of way that they are or that they feel like they can. Don't allow those things to happen, y'all. And like I said, also, if you need to make amends with people, make those amends, okay? Go to people, talk to them, say whatever you need to say, make, you know, apologize, do whatever needs to be done, you all, to get these things off of you, because it's meant for this to be said. So, like I said, it started out as the animal, but things will just keep coming to me, you all, about a lot of things, because like I said, a lot of us have went through this growing up. And I have been through a lot of abuse in relationships. I really have. And like I said, I know a lot of things. I chop it up and say and see it as it was meant, because a lot of things that I have went through in this lifetime, I had to go through them in this lifetime, y'all, because the Most High wanted to see if these particular people were still going to treat me like they treated me in past lives. A lot of them have. And then it was up to me to walk away from them when I needed to. Because let me tell you something else. I don't know if a lot of you go through this or whatever, but I know I do. When I finally walk away from particular people in my life, the Most High give me my confirmation onto why I needed to walk away from them. Okay, so like, for instance, when I walk away from them in this life and I go to sleep, the Most High give me my past life dreams of them, of how they treated me in the past life. But he only give them to me after I walk away from them. I've done seen so many of my past life deaths. I have seen so many of these relationships that I was in that did not work because it was meant for me to walk away from them. I've seen so many past lives of how I was mistreated. Like the last guy that I dated when I was working at Pearl River, the boy guy or whatever, when I was dealing with him, and when I finally walked away from him, y'all, in my dream that I had of my past life dream with him, it was like at some type of factory. It wasn't so much as a chicken factory, but it was like a factory. And it's like I saw him walking by and like all black. And I was like talking to him. I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are you treating me like this? Whatever, whoop-de-whoop, right? And he walked through. And when he walked through, he had a whole bunch of dudes with him. He had a whole bunch of dudes with him, y'all. And he had brought those dudes there to hurt me, to harm me, to try to take me out. They were going to rape me and they were going to kill me, y'all. So what ended up happening was the person that he ended up cheating on me with in this lifetime that I was walking away from to go and handle her is like, and see, in this lifetime, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie, in this lifetime, I approached her. I approached her twice, but it wasn't on no trying to fight her. I approached her asking her, are you messing around with him? Are y'all messing around with each other? Just let me know, because if you are, you can have him, honey. I'm not in the room of trying to keep someone that don't want to be kept. And this man is living in my house. If this man don't want me, like I told him, I said, I feel like you're going around telling these people that you're more of my roommate than anything. If that's what you're doing, then you need to get out of my house. So anyway, I asked her. I asked her the Wendy Reed chick. I asked her, I'm like, are you and him date? Are you and him messing around? Because if so, just let me know and y'all can go ahead and be with each other. I don't need this in my life. I'm done. So she was like, no, ain't nothing going on. Ain't nothing happening, blah, blah, blah. I asked her twice, y'all, because I felt it. I saw it. And so what gave me confirmation when I was at the plant was when he walked through that door. He walked through that door to come onto our floor. And I saw him reach down with his left hand. When he come through that door, he reached down with his left hand and went straight up under her smock and grabbed her ass, like all up in there, y'all. And that ended for us between him and I for good. That was it right at that point. I was done. But they go around, they was lying and trying to say that they wasn't fooling around. They was, and I saw it with my own two eyes. You know what I'm saying? I saw it, and it was okay. It was all good. I'm done. It's over with. It's the past. But in my past life, I ended up. It was the same female. It was the same female, y'all. And but in my past life, I ended up going to jail and spending the rest of my life in jail, dying in jail, y'all, because I beat her to death. Seriously, like that's why in this lifetime it was different. It's like I sensed it, I felt it, and I approached her and I asked her, and I had to say what I had to say to her, but it wasn't going to be on no fight mode. It was going to be on thank you, thank you. I appreciate you for telling me the truth. And then he was going to get out of my house. So by her not telling me the truth, it lingered on between me and him a little longer, and I ended up seeing him gripping her ass, and that's what made the relationship really end. So yeah, I had to say that, y'all. I had to say this because it was a reason for me to say all of these things because, like I said, a lot of us probably need to go out. And no, probably, I feel like it's a lot of us out here that needs to make amends with people and apologize for the things that you have done. Take accountability for the things that you all have done. Own up to the things that you have done. Stop slandering lies and stop slandering people, throwing people on the bus. Stop doing a lot of things that you are out here doing because you ain't doing nothing but making it worse for yourself. Fix the things that need to be fixed, y'all. If it can be fixed, fix it. That's it. Okay, so I need to come on here and say this all, y'all. 50-40 when I say that. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, it's meant for someone to hear this. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Take it how it is. Take it how it resonates, you all. But you all have a very, very blessed day and a great rest of your day, okay? Peace.